Hello everybody, my name is Chris Wood. Welcome to my channel, anybody that might tune in. On this Saturday, November 16th at 8 p.m. 2024. I hope everybody is having a good weekend so far. The reason I come on here is I am a 5-year revenge retaliation victim. Slave traffic, torture or injure, torture, full physical identity theft, skull splitting, brain injuring, body mutilations, my lungs, my kidneys, slave traffic, attempted homicide victim for 5 years of Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors who are criminally negligent involved in co-committing and covering up crimes for themselves, for the police, and for their accomplices, who are drug addicts, drug traffickers, sex offenders, sex slave traffickers, human traffickers, all guilty of torture crimes, stalking, homicides, and attempted homicides for the cops in Napanee. Ex-OPP chief, year 2019, drove a white Jeep Wrangler, had me shot on the corner of Bridge and Center Street before he left Napanee. Staff sergeants, years 2019, 2021, kidnapping and sodomy sex assault. Shannon Cork, Dave Weiss, Constable Ward. Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS. Shelley Hafner or Huffner. Robert Lucas, Spencer Mills14716, Robert Kane7224. Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors who are criminally negligent involved in co-committing and covering up crimes for themselves, for OPP and their accomplices, like I said once again. Name and file falsifier, medical blacklister, and girlfriend to Stacy, the AMHS mental health worker. Dr. Tatiana V, or Dr. Margie V, aka Tatiana V, name file falsifier. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor, ex-CEO Cubby Duck, and patient relations Aaron Brown. Their accomplices, who are the sex offenders, sex slave traffickers, and guilty of stalking and killing my mother in 2020 and torturing and killing 2 of my dogs. A guy named Bill Woldridge. He has many alias names: Bill Woldridge, Bill Coolidge, Bill Delarosable, James Bubbles, Stephen Mavis, which is a wanted inmate walkaway escapee, is one of the alias names he uses, and Robert Cross. He's approximately 70 years old, bald, glasses, highly psychotic. He thinks that he and I were switched at birth. He believes that he is my dad, and when he was stalking my mother, he was calling my mother Mom. And he caused her death along with one Blair Frederick Hardy, who is the leader of the Hardy Boys gang, and he is the one that runs and owns Ontario Provincial Police drug supply. He is a meth trafficker. He's guilty of financial thefts and frauds, welfare, disability pensions, old age pensions, bank frauds, forgeries, stalking, homicides, and attempted homicides. Bert the Hitman Hustler, he is allegedly an NHL hockey player for the Philadelphia Flyers and Hartford Whalers. He is guilty of criminal stalking, torture, and attempted homicide. He is Robert Kane's sex slave and he is also a meth trafficker for Robert Kane as well. They all are drug traffickers for the cops. There is a Jason Gimpy two-step in Allstein who is approximately 45 years old. He's guilty of identity theft with the intent to commit identity, disability, and insurance fraud. He is a well-known crackhead. He is a drug trafficker between Napanee and Kingston, selling laced fentanyl to commit overdose homicides that are again being covered up as just drug overdoses, but is being done with intent. There is a Tyler Teabag Lake. He is well-known Robert Kane rat informant. He is guilty of torturing and killing my dog run in 2023 with one Raymond LeBlanc, who is a child groomer who is guilty of criminal stalking and attempted homicide. Robert Berry, he is a sex slave trafficker. He is a truck driver. He is a pill trafficker. And he is a possible serial killer. He lives on Bridge Street in Napanee. There is Dale Hartwick, who is aiding OPP for drop charges for a stabbing he committed against his wife. He is guilty of torture crimes, being involved with my identity theft with the intent to commit homicide for drop charges for a stabbing once again he committed against his wife or ex-wife's boyfriend. And his boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, whatever he is, Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns, who is guilty of sex assaults against me, guilty of attempted paralyzing, guilty of torture crimes, and attempted homicide. I have been medically blacklisted. My legal rights, my medical rights, my human rights have been taken from me for 5 years while this is going on. I am also the end of my bloodline as well. Damage is done, time is bought. $22,000 extortion, arrest refusals, false arrest, stalking, kidnapping, lies, time buying, mutilations. When people are disappearing, it is through Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police. It is through doctors who are criminally covering up their crimes and their accomplices who they will not and cannot touch because they can very well implicate the cops involved for the crimes that they are committing with and for them. As I'm doing this, I get my skull has been seriously deformed. It's been rounded, it's been shortened, it's been widened, it's been elongated, it's been flattened, it's been a lot of different things, and I have a lot of proof. I have pictures where I have tubes coming up from my lung, from my chest, and up through my throat, and it goes down. It goes around to the back of my head and up through the back of my head. Now, I have not had any surgeries. I was shot in August of 2019 by ex-OPP chief before he left Napanee, the one that drove the white Jeep Wrangler. And that's when all my problems began, was after that. That's when the stalking, the lies, the time buying, the cover-ups, arrest refusals, trying to criminalize me in an attempt to get away with what everybody has been getting away with, to buy time and to continue to fuck me over. And that's exactly what has taken place. When I don't have $22,000 to have anybody arrested. And the only reason this is happening to me is because I spoke OPP crimes, which is the human trafficking and the homeless exploitation for monetary gain that was taking place out of Morning Star Mission in Napanee, and other crimes. And then I was shot and everything started to begin on me. And I have 100% proof of the serious damage and deforming. Lots of videos, lots of pictures, which I actually have on my YouTube channel here to prove as well. I also have TikTok and my Facebook where I have pictures and videos that are not posted on here that show serious damage and changes to me to prove my words. I get hypoxia on a daily basis. The full right side of my head right now, as I am doing this, feels like it's getting air pumped through it, and it is completely and totally numb. I get hypoxia 24/7 pretty much on the right side of my body, from the top of my head right down to my belly, pretty much. When I breathe, I can no longer feel my right lung. When I eat, my food goes to the right side of my body, not my stomach, not my left, where it should be going. And there is not a damn thing I can do about anything that has happened to me or is going to happen, whatever, because I'm medically blacklisted. I cannot get medical help in the province of Ontario. Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V, she assured this against me. If I want to get medical help, I have to go to Quebec, I have to go down east, or I have to go to Manitoba. This is what's fucking happening to victims through the police, through doctors, and everyone else in Napanee, Ontario. They are very seriously fucking dangerous. They are threats to society, especially when they have no problem having a 77-year-old woman stalked and killed 4 days before Christmas, 5 days, December 20th, 2020. They have no problem having animals killed, tortured, and killed. They have no problem committing fucking complete total identity theft while keeping their victims from help through lies, and then having doctors who are criminally involved falsely charge their victims to prevent anything legal on them. Legal rights, medical rights, human rights have been taken. You want any of that shit? Go to Napanee. By the way, to the ones who's watching, I hope everybody's having a good day, because I know I'm not. And like I said, I can very well prove my words about what I've said about my full physical identity theft and changes, especially over the last 24 hours, actually, have happened a lot more. So I would advise anybody, don't ever speak police crimes in Napanee, because you will be tortured, you will be injured, you will be slave trafficked. I was kicked out of Napanee for a full year, where I was slave trafficked in Kingston, Ontario. Hi. Hi, Leslie. Good to see you. Thank you so much. How have you been doing? You can even probably tell from the last time I was on and we talked that the changes that are taking place with me as well. I would imagine you could probably see differences within me from last time. The whole right side of my face, right here, absolutely no feeling at all. Another reason, one of the pieces of shit doing this to me, Dale Hartwick, he is involved. He's a rat informant, and him and his uncle are sex offenders. They're child groomers. His uncle beat me and molested me over a pickled onion when I was approximately 10 years old in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Stripped me naked and then put duct tape on my private parts for not eating a pickled onion, and made me stand in a corner for 4 hours because he is a piece of shit. And then he turned around and he beat the shit out of my older brother and my mother. He is a woman beater as well. His nephew has committed homicide in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and this is why he's now back in Ontario. It's pretty sad when all a person does is speak up to try to save lives against dangerous people, and they themselves pretty much are being killed because of low-life fucking junky pieces of shit who are nothing more than fall down, bend over low-life junkies for and with the cops for free fucking drugs and for immunity and drop charges, which also protects the fucking cops as well. Excuse my language, but I've had enough of this shit. Nobody is arrestable while my life is being taken, while my identity is being taken, and I have proven, 100% proven, the crimes against me. And it don't seem to fucking matter no matter what I do, no matter what I done to try to get help, either on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook or any other way. It's not done me any good. I should have just laid down and fucking died or OPP Spencer Mills should have just put a bullet in my fucking brain when he come to my door the first time in 2019 to threaten me and to intimidate me or try to. He should have just put a fucking bullet in my brain then, because he is a piece of shit serial killing fucking low-life cop who uses his badge like the rest to commit their crimes and get away with it, knowing that they have a lot of people to aid them and cover up their crimes with and for them in Napanee. All of these lowlives are junkie crackheads, meth heads, fentanyl fucking dealers, speedheads. They're all jealous, low-life homosexuals, each and every one of them. Ow. Right now, as I'm doing this, I am getting serious burning in my chest. Like, really bad. On my right side. So as it stands, it looks like Jason Gimpy, Two-Step Van Alstyne, Tyler T. Lake, Raymond LeBlanc, Bert Hustler, Robert Berry and his boyfriend Robert and his son Brandon, Dale Hartwick, Tony Hartwick Hearns, Raymond LeBlanc, and the rest of them are getting away with this because it's pretty much fucking done with me, and it will be completely and totally finished by the end of the night. By tomorrow, I will look. This will be finished to me. Completely and totally finished. And I will be dead mentally from all the fucking injuring I have had taken to me and done to me over the course of 5 years while being called a delusional, hallucinating fucking liar, a retard from doctors that didn't want to see any proof because they seen my falsified medical file. Kind of funny, I had not been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 7 to 10 years prior to being shot. And then all of a sudden they got this fucking falsified file on me conveniently after I was shot. conveniently after Stacy showed up and talked to her girlfriend, Dr. Margie V, and then had me medically blacklisted in Kingston, in Belleville, and in Napanee, and falsely fucking charged to prevent me help. They are very seriously criminal doctors in that fucking hospital in that town because they have nobody that can fucking touch them. Even the CEO of the hospital, the ex-CEO, is involved, having me kicked out of the hospital, causing me serious lung damage, and then having me fucking charged for it. That's right, his name is Wayne Coveyduck. They are all seriously dangerous pieces of shit. Canada has become nothing more than a fucking place for terrorists, and they are all cops. And that's the worst fucking part about it. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here. It's been 20 minutes. I appreciate you tuning in, Leslie. I appreciate you subscribing, and I appreciate you as a person. I appreciate the verses and everything that you send to me as well with the prayers. Just to let you know that I'm thankful for it. And I hope that you are okay. I hope that you are safe and you are well. And that your family is safe and well from whatever. So I'm gonna wrap this up here and jump off. Even right now as I'm doing this, the full right side of my head, sorry, because this is backwards right in here, I'm getting what feels like air blowing through me, and this is what's causing my hair to stand on edge, almost like electricity. And that's what's doing that. So, all right, I am going to sign off here, and I hope this, thank you for liking, because I appreciate that. It helps every little bit with the YouTube algorithm stuff. I need help getting this out, and this is very serious because, like I said, by tomorrow, this is going to be finished, and I will be back on tomorrow to prove it. I hope you have a good night, Leslie, and thank you for tuning in. I'm getting serious burning in my chest. Hit the like, share, subscribe, because especially the share, because this is very serious and important. Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors, the Justice of the Peace, and their untouchable accomplices who are guilty of full injuring, torturing, slave trafficking, and full physical identity theft against me for 5 years while keeping me from help. Never speak OPP crimes. Your family and your bloodline will be ended, and they will get away with it, and there is nothing anybody can do about it against the cops or anyone else in that town.